What is up, TBU fans? My name is the Juancito Marvel, and today I am your analyst for the Battle Union Season 4 Top Plays of the Week. If you have not done so already, please go down to the description and look at all the coaches, follow them on Twitter, subscribe to them on YouTube, watch their content. They are all amazing battlers, and it's my job to find out for this week what is a top play. So, coming in at number 5, we're not going to delay into this. We're looking at Munchaxer United versus Wolverhampton Weaviles, each respectively coached by King Bub and Just Weavile. We will be looking at this through King Bub's perspective because this is his play. We're going to see on your screen a clip right now. Zydog is in the field. King Bub switches into Meganium, and if you have not watched his team builder, this Meganium was built specifically to counter this Zygarde 10%. I just called it Zydoge because why not call it Zydoge? You will see at this point the Zydog is poison, but what Bub does is that he specifically wants to make sure his screens are up. So you can see that the Zygarde is just literally doing nothing to this Meganium while King Bub safely pulls up a Reflect. This helps him set up the play for his next mon that's going to come in, which will be Thunderous Theory a little bit later. He's able to get off both the Light Screen and the Reflect, which literally, honestly, at this point, Just Weavile doesn't have much to answer for this. You're going to see that Meganium is just going to synthesis up in his face, and there's nothing that, at this point, Just Weavile can do. Sadly enough, though, later on to the battle, you'll see a cut jump right here. You will see Thunderous Theory in on the battle, and it is with the screens up. He was able to take whatever Ice Beam that you will see. As you can see right now, it took 30% from an Ice Beam from Cresselia. Yes, it's uninvested probably. Yes, it's unstabbed, but that's still Thunderous Theory and taking an Ice Beam behind a Light Screen. But sadly enough, something happened on Jenny. I will admit myself, I genned Bub's team for this week. I did. Something happened between he did not put his Darkinium Z on his Thunderous Theory, and so he was short shy of the kill, and you'll see that it's paused right now. But yeah, that's what happened. But if he did have Darkinium Z, that would have been a dead Cresselia with the aid of Meganium. So this is why this top play is number 5. Next up, we have on the board, it is Paul versus Kelly. That is the West Coast Weaviles versus the Maryland Torterrapins. So, if you do know a little bit about these players, Paul and Kelly are members of the PPL, Pokemon Premier League, and I was a participant of the of PPL D2, and also currently am the head analyst over there. I know these players very well. They love to condition people. If you watched Paul and Kelly's battle, you can see them switching out constantly and going into mons that can wall the other mon. This is a mind game. This is what I enjoy watching from these two coaches. They know how to play the game. They know how to condition. So in this case, this play is number 4 because you can see Paul's expertise. One of their expertise of conditioning an opponent. So you will see right now, Kelly switches in Gengar onto a Sylveon as Tapu Fini was in front of it, and Paul immediately switches out into Hydreigon. During this battle, it's always been a back and forth of Hydreigon comes in, Tapu Fini comes out. In this case, Paul, you can say, makes a ballsy play and just goes for the Dark Pulse, knowing that usually Tapu Fini comes in. Kelly, thinking that Paul is conditioned to expect the Tapu Fini, stays in on the Gengar. Paul knows about this conditioning. It's all about mind game chess, which is why this is a very, very good play that Paul stayed in spite of the conditioning that's been happening throughout the game, and he goes for the Dark Pulse and was able to pick up the kill on Gengar. That is why I consider this a top play, and is why it is number 4. Moving along, we have Kyle versus Dokes. It is, the names escape me. Harlem Gloomtrotters versus Denamil Dedenes. Oh my gosh, the alliteration. This is a top play. This is considered top play number 3 for the fact that Kyle, in preparation, brought a specific Starmie set to deal with the Alolan Muck. As you're going to see right now on the screen, turns prior before. Tapu Koko does make a play of trying to go for Dazzling Gleam, an unexpected switch out from Starmie, and does go down. Starmie goes Scald, then there's nothing there. In the case afterwards, Alolan Muck comes in. Actually, yeah, Alolan Muck comes in. Starmie goes for the Reflect type in front of it. Yes, the knockoff is going to do an easy, what is it? I'm going to watch right now. An easy 40% because there is an item, but now in the fact that Starmie is now resisted from any attack that Alolan Muck can do to it. Doing so, this is able for Starmie to safely recover. This is since now there's no item, it can't take that 40% from the knockoff. Is doing what minimal 12% because it's resisted on both. It's resisted typing now. So this allows Starmie to gain some momentum for the Harlan Gloomtrotters, and this is why this is considered a top play in third place. Going on, we're going to go look into Skyrender versus Alex. This is the Scandinavian Stoutlands versus the Birmingham Spritzies. Currently, right now on your screen, you will see that Cobalion just switched out on a Volt Switch, and as Skyrender just said, he is blindly doing a Sludge Bomb, and it just so happened that Alex Volt switched out into a Tapu Lele. This I consider a top 2 play was the fact that Tapu Lele right now is currently a major threat in the meta of draft format. Skyrender was safe to just go for the Sludge Bomb. Even though he says it as a blind Sludge Bomb, the rest of his team outside of Cobalion going for the Volt Switch did not either immune or resist a Sludge Bomb. So the fact that Skyrender caught a Tapu Lele on a switch-in, that is a very significant for the fact that Tapu Lele is now a threat that was weakened down to 25% almost, and off of Roselia, nonetheless. So yeah, this is why I consider it a number 2 play, for the fact that it crippled such a prominent threat in the meta off of a switch, and he said it was even though it was a blind Sludge Bomb. Looking at the fact, nothing on Alex's team would have appreciated a Sludge Bomb either way. Maybe the Dugtrio could have safely switched in, trapping the Roselia, but the fact of the matter is Alex switched in Tapu Lele on a Sludge Bomb that Skyrender threw, causing it to take massive damage and basically not doing much during this battle. This is why it's considered number 2 play. And the number 1 play for this week goes to Leo of the Durham Druddigons. No, that is the wrong screen. There we go. Durham Druddigon versus Esquilo and the Juventes. Sorry, this is my first week here, trying to pronounce everything right. So, Endgame is coming along us. Leo has just sacked off his Jolteon, so he can get a clean switch into his Mimikyu. Mimikyu goes for the +2 as it usually does, but he knows there's a Cofagrigus in the back. +2, Shadow Sneak is not going to be able to take out this Cofagrigus, and Leo knows that he specifically EV'd his bulkiness of Mimikyu to be able to take on anything, even though there is no disguise anymore. So as you're going to see right now, Esquilo is going to go for the Grass type multi-attack, and it takes it fairly well. It takes it down to about 30%, and he goes up and he gets now at +4. Now Leo can safely go for Shadow Sneak and kill the rest of the Juviente's team, and just getting him the 3-0 victory. If it wasn't for the fact that he had the confidence in himself to get up for that +4 Swords Dance, and knowing that there is, being aware of the map, there is a Cofagrigus that basically, while the rest of his team held him back, this would have been a top play if he wasn't aware of that. So this is why I considered Leo. Congratulations, you have the top play of the week. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next week for the other uploads. And if you haven't done so, please do subscribe to the Battle Union and all the coaches and analysts. The links will be down below. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!